Greetings, Commanders! My name is Eagle, and welcome back to another Warpath video. As we promised, we're going to be starting off our Officer Warpath series, which means that there's going to be a lot of videos talking about officers, their top trees, the current officers that are dominating the meta, the different individual officers' mechanics and skills, and some tips and tricks that are hidden in each different officer and how to use them and utilize them in combat to get the best out of each. So in this specific video, we are going to be giving you guys 3 of the top officer combos for artillery. Now we've narrowed it down to 3. I could give you like 10 officer combos. However, we wanted to give you the best and most efficient ones and effective ones in combat right now. So that's why it's narrowed down to 3. It's gonna be a total of 6 officers. However, you can definitely mix and match between those, and we're gonna be talking about that more into the video. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Before we start talking about the best officer combos for artillery, please do consider subscribing. We do upload these videos most frequently, and the only way that you can actually show us that our efforts are being appreciated is by you considering to maybe liking this video down there and subscribing to the channel so that you can help us grow the community. That would definitely mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Now we have that out of the way, let's move to the first officer combo that is right now topping off the meta in Warpath for the artilleries. Now, when we talk about artillery units, before we talk about this officer combo, we're basically talking about howitzers and rocket launchers. The main reason we're not talking about ATGs or anti-tank guns is because they have kind of a different play style, and I'd like to use more like different officers because they have different mechanics as well. So that's why we're going to leave that for another video where we go more in depth into that topic. However, in terms of howitzers and artilleries, the first officer combo that you need to be considering is Shevchenko or Antonina Shevchenko and Eruptor. These two together are amazing. They basically give you like an amazing mixture of high DPS and skill damage, in addition to extra radius of attacking, all thanks to Eruptor skills where he can actually increase the kill radius, and also some increase in the fire rate. Once you have Eruptor maxed out, that would be a 10% increase in the fire rate. Now, Antonia is an amazing officer. She helps you out a lot with her increased skill damage. She has already an additional, like a very high damage coefficient of 1200. However, over here, once you have this skill maxed out as well, you will even have an additional 25% added to that as well. Once you have her maxed out, you'll be able to attack even with a higher radius grid. So that will be 5 grid instead of 4 grids. So it will be a very, very strong unit, and basically you'll be fighting your enemies from a really far location and having some really decent as well fire rate in that combo, thanks to Eruptor as well. So this definitely is one of the best combos that you will be using in the field. I do recommend using these with the Martyr Watch howitzers. They work best together because of the damage coefficient, and basically the nature of those howitzers works out really well, and I would definitely recommend these using as well in the arena too. So these combos are not just for the arena, they're also for the field fighting, but we're not going to go into more depth into how field fighting and base hitting and defending. There's definitely going to be more specified videos for that, and we're going to talk about that in definitely other videos. However, let's move on to the second combo that I wanted to talk to you about today, which is basically War Machine and Percy. Now, these two together are amazing. Basically, War Machine is a reload increasing machine. This is what I like to call him. So as you can see, this first skill, he does a damage coefficient, a very decent one of 1200. However, he also increases the load speed by 10%. In addition to that, he also increases the load speed. There's another skill for that, a passive one that increases it in addition 10%. So that is a total of 20% load speed increase. That is an amazing load speed increase. And this one is going to stay the whole fight. This one, however, is going to stay only for 4 seconds. But once you max him out, it's going to actually turn into 8 seconds, which is really good, and the damage coefficient of his active skill will be 1300 instead of 1200. So overall, War Machine is really solid unit. It has attack buff increase and firepower gain, both 20% and 15% for the attack damage buff. Overall, a very solid unit for artilleries. Definitely would love to use with howitzers. Percy is actually a pretty interesting unit to use with War Machine, and the reason being is that she does have, it's true that she has like more or less an extra damage or a resistance kind of, or mitigation skills, let's say. So this one over here gives you more damage buff when you are garrisoned. This one over here increases the durability, and the last one increases the blast damage. So where is she actually important, and what's her role in this field? Is actually her active skill or tactical skill. This one increases, has a very solid damage coefficient. However, the firepower gain is the actual real deal over here. So you'll be able to gain, your units will be able to gain 8% firepower gain, but once you max her out, this firepower gain will be able to buff nearby units with 2 grids. So basically every single unit that is within 2 grids of this specific unit will be also gaining the 8% firepower for 8 seconds. Now this buff might seem little, but trust me, it is massive, especially when it comes to the arena and you're actually having this unit right in the middle between your units. So you'll be able to buff all your units for 8%, which is really, really solid. So this was the second combo. Now let's talk about the third combo. The third combo is actually Blood Mary and Winter Huntsman. So if we go over here, now Winter Huntsman, I still haven't unlocked him, but I did a lot of research and I saw a lot of videos as well, and I know that these two work out together really, really well. And the reason being is that they have some solid damage coefficient, but most importantly, what they do is actually debuffs. So you'll be able to hit your enemies from afar with a really solid attack damage or skill damage. However, what is actually very important here is that the debuffs that these two units have. So there are 3 major debuffs that these units actually have. The first one is prolonging the target's officer skill by 1 second, and this is the main tactical skill of Blood Mary. So the ones that you're actually attacking will be able to fire up their tactical skill 1 second later, which is kind of a big deal because, you know, the 1 second is actually means 1 round, and you'll probably be able dealing a lot of damage in that specific round, especially if multiple units attack at the same time. So definitely one of the skills that is worth having. In addition to that, once you have her maxed out, you'll also be able to blind enemies for 1 second, which means that they will not be able to aim. So if they attack in that specific second, they will not be able to actually shoot. The combo over here works out pretty well because Winter Huntsman also has some solid high skill damage over here. So he has 1350 skill damage in his main skill, and in addition to that, he will be also able to freeze enemy units for 2 seconds once he is maxed out. So they will not be able to move forward or even run for you, or even run like away if you're using this specific combo. This combo in the arena is pretty solid, especially if you have like these units trying to move to a specific location and then you freeze them for 2 seconds and then you blind them for another one, increasing their skill damage preparation or skill preparation, and that overall is actually a pretty solid combo. As you can see, this has been ranked the 3rd one. So if you're using 3 different artillery units, then definitely these 3 combos will actually work out really well. However, you can always mix and match depending on which officers you've actually focused on so far. So for example, Shevchenko, Eruptor, and War Machine is going to be your 3 main officers for artilleries, and then you have a filler officer, which is the 4th one. It can be any one of these. I personally prefer Percy because she does add additional garrison skills, especially when you're defending. You'll have a solid defense over there, and she will also increase all the allies or the other units' firepower, which is also very, very good, especially when you're either defending or doing arena or even on the field. Sometimes it does help out a lot. So that's basically what combos I do recommend. However, you can also mix and match. For example, you can go War Machine, Winter Huntsman for additional skill damage. You can go War Machine, Blood Mary as well. You're free to go which ones you would like. I do like Blood Mary being used with rocket launchers because of the additional movement speed, because rocket launchers are already a fast unit. So the additional movement speed that Blood Mary offers can actually help them out a lot, be much more mobile on the field and chase down enemies, especially because they're already a very fast reload unit. They have fast reload speed, so you can actually hit and run without being caught in the battlefield, unless the enemy is like chasing you with light tanks and whatnot. But that's definitely one of the combos that I do really like a lot. That was overall the 3 combos that I do wanted to share with you in this video. If you do like these combos and you've actually used them in the field, Please leave us in the comments below how was your experience in these combos, and if you have any additional combos that I want to share with the community, I would love to hear it, and the community actually would love to see it. So also leave that in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you in the next video.